The population clock is ticking. The number of people all over the world continues to grow. As a consequence, world food production continues to be a major concern. We should aim to double or triple food production to keep ourselves fed and healthy, and to meet the needs of the growing population. One of the new approaches to address the current need towards global food security is to develop new agricultural technologies like biotechnology. Biotechnology and genetically modified food hope to contribute in addressing the food security issue, reducing deforestation and conservation of the remaining forest cover, improving the livelihood of small farmers, reduce overdependence on synthetic inputs in farming, and increase farming efficiency. The Philippine government agencies are campaigning for the application of biotechnology in increasing food productivity, ensuring food security, and enhancing rural development. This video will discuss the contributions of biotechnology to our industry, the advantages of using BtCorn, and the insect resistance management. Biotechnology uses organisms or their parts to make or modify products or improve plants, animals, and microorganisms. It is a strategic tool to address the twin issues of food insecurity amidst the country's growing population and environmental degradation. Biotechnology is not new. It is a science that has evolved over hundreds of years and has helped man in various ways and contributed to its survival. It is being used to produce food, medicine, and chemicals. Some of biotechnology's classical or traditional forms are biofertilizers, biological nitrogen fixations, products of fermentation such as wines, beers, bread, cheese, yogurt, fish sauce, vinegar, and enzymes for different food and feed preparations. Examples of modern forms, on the other hand, are plant tissue culture, cell culture, recombinant diagnostics, recombinant organism, and genetically engineered animals and plants. Insulin, which is used in the treatment of diabetes, is the product of one of the first genetically enhanced organisms. Just like any other tool, biotechnology can be used to produce more and higher quality food and healthful plant products, and to fight human diseases more effectively. Through biotechnology, we can develop foods that are higher in protein, vitamins, and minerals, and in sufficient quantities to feed our constantly expanding population. Corn is a major crop in the Philippines and the second most important cereal after rice. It is used primarily as food and animal feed. The country imported an average of 229,000 metric tons of corn and 870,000 metric tons of corn substitutes for 1999 to 2003 to fill the demand gap. Corn contributes about 6.5% of the total volume of our agricultural production. The growth of the corn industry is consistently linked with the livestock sector, since corn constitutes about 50% of feed ingredients. Hence, the country must rely on dramatic improvements in corn farm productivity to supply the feed requirements of the livestock industry. Otherwise, the proportion of imported corn to total demand will most likely increase. One of the major production-related constraints was corn borer infestation, specifically the Asian corn borer, or ACB. In the Philippines, the most common control of corn borer is usually through insecticide application. However, an insect pest is difficult to control using conventional insecticides because it tunnels into the corn stalk soon after hatching and is protected from the insecticide. In many cases, the insecticide applicator is the one affected by the insecticide and not the borer. BtCorn varieties, which dispenses with these toxic chemicals, are important outputs of biotechnology research and development. BtCorn was genetically modified to express an insecticidal protein from the soil bacterium Bacillus thuringiensis. BtCorn is selectively active against caterpillar insects, including ACB. The borers ingest the Bt protein when it starts to feed on the plant. The toxin binds to the gut membranes, which causes the ACB larvae to die.
Bt will only affect an organism with specific receptor sites in its gut, where the protein can bind. The stomach of humans is acidic and lack these receptors. Hence, Bt will not harm us.
To fully utilize this technology, insect resistance management, or IRM, is needed. IRM refers to the use of a combination of strategies to effectively reduce the risk of the Asian corn borer to develop resistance to the Bt plant. Here are the steps on how to do this. Farmers should plant at least 20% refuge plants. The refuge must be planted close enough to BtCorn to encourage random mating for susceptible and resistant moths. To be effective, the refuge hybrid must be of the correct maturity and distance from the Bt field, considering the flight capability of the borer moth. They should be planted at the same time. With this strategy, we can preserve the BtCorn technology.
Okay man Japon kung i-promote na mo ng BtCorn nga ara okay man pro oras lang sang taglit season nga pagtanim. Pero kung hindi ulit 3 season nga pagtanim, hindi na kami katanom sa may Bt.
Biotech products is safe, and the benefits they provide compensate for the risks. The research and development process of biotechnology and genetic enhancement of foods is extremely precise, heavily regulated, and carefully controlled. Foods and feeds made from current biotech products are safe to eat. Thorough testing assures that all biotech products have the same or better nutritional characteristics than conventional varieties. They receive so much scrutiny by the FDA, the USDA, and the EPA. Biotech products are also safe for the environment. Not only corn, other genetically enhanced crops may require less pesticide than required to grow conventional counterparts, which means less threat to the farmers and the environment. Biotech offers remarkable possibilities and benefits to both the grower and the consumer. Soon, many grains, fruits, and vegetables may be genetically enhanced to contain and provide higher percentages of proteins, vitamins, and minerals than their conventional counterparts. The greatest impact of BtCorn is the increase in production due to reduced yield losses from the Asian corn borer. Not only does corn borer resistance lead to higher yields, cost savings, and environment benefits, but it also contributes to a healthier final product. Through biotechnology, we can develop high-yielding and high-quality crops, foods that are higher in protein, enhanced with vitamins and minerals, and in sufficient quantities to feed our constantly expanding population.